Hello, Scorpio. I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. This is your work, career, business, money reading. I'm filming this mid-November 2019, but it's a timeless reading. And so my intention is for those that need this message, those that need this guidance, get to attracted to this video whenever they need this guidance, right? So if you're seeing it shortly after I upload it, then that's great. But if you're seeing it down the line, take what resonates with you. Could be that part of this is you really need to hear at the moment. So Scorpio, let's see what you've got about your work and or business. Right. So the Grace card is about flow. It's about what's flowing easily in your life. This is about being okay about what's flowing easily. So what I've got going on in my mind at the moment, picturing, um, it doesn't have to be difficult in order for it to be worthy, right? So a lot of people will not do what comes easy to them because they believe that it comes easy to everyone and it's not that valuable. Yeah. So when something comes really easy to you, you don't value it so much. But our true gifts, our true light is easy to us. It's like me doing these readings. It's so easy for me to do this. It's so easy for me to do readings. And at first I didn't value it so much because of that. And now I know that it's actually my gift and it is really valuable, right? And so maybe in your business or in your job, you're not valuing what comes easily to you, what flows really easily to you. And when you really start valuing that, allowing yourself and being okay about it, then you're going to get into this state of grace where the rewards flow to you. So it's like you can't struggle your way there. You can't do, like at school when they teach us to focus on what we're not good at and get better at that instead of focusing on what's really easy to us and what we excel at, right? And it's kind of the wrong way around. We're taught to do it the wrong way around in school. But what if life is about you just playing the part that you find really easy? And so life can be really easy for you and things can flow. The stuff that you want from it can flow to you really easily too. You got to allow that. You've got to allow that. It's like, what's stopping you from allowing it to be really easy, Scorpio? Why do you have to prove through your struggle and through hard work and effort? Why is it got to be difficult? It doesn't. It doesn't have to be difficult. You got to allow yourself for it to be easy, Scorpio. Yep. This is saying something really similar to flowing, go within. It's like it's all based, of course, it's based on your action. You've got to do something, but the amount that flows to you is based on how you're feeling about yourself and what you'll allow in your life. More than you think, Scorpio. It's less about your action and it's more about where you're coming from. Just think about it. Like I'm doing these readings. I charge $120 for my readings for a 3-page reading. There's people out there that are doing like readings for donations and they'll do it for like $2 or $5. I did it for $5 when I first started as well, when I first started online. And there's also people doing it for $500, $1,000. Yeah. And so I'm happy with what I'm charging at the moment, but I'll raise my prices when I've got too much work on. Yeah. When it becomes like at the moment it's manageable. I'm having to work a lot more than I did before. But when it gets unmanageable, I'll be raising my prices too because I'll know that I'm worth it, right? And so it's about how you feel about yourself. And so what's the difference between a $5 reading and a $500 reading? Maybe not a lot. It's just the belief that someone has in themselves and what they're worth. It's what they'll allow themselves to have. And the $5 reading person, if they suddenly put the prices up to $500, they wouldn't get any customers because they're not aligned with that, right? Same. If the $500 reading person were to give out $5 readings, they wouldn't get any clients either. They wouldn't suddenly get like many times. And I know that because I've discounted before to get more in, and You get less customers. You get less customers when you're at a certain level and you discount, you get less customers. So I give little discounts as incentives for some of my special readings, but generally no discounts. So Scorpio, enough about me. This is saying what's flowing to you is a reflection of how you're feeling about yourself and what you're allowing into your life. And so go within and sort that stuff out. Sort how you're feeling about yourself out, because it can be way easier. It can be way easier for you, Scorpio. What about your money? Every single sign has had this card so far. Be vulnerable. Well, or the vulnerability card. Is money making you feel vulnerable, Scorpio? Do you feel like you're not in control of it? Or are you focused on just getting enough, just enough money to pay the bills? Because that'll make you feel vulnerable if you're focused on just enough. This is saying, mate, use your awareness better than that. It's like, you know how easy it is to manifest, Scorpio. If there's something that you really want that really excites you, you can manifest it, right? Compare that with trying to manifest just enough money to pay a bill. It's not exciting at all, is it? What about manifesting like $1 million so that you can have like a trip of a lifetime, travel around the world, take a whole year off and do it in style? It's going to be way more easier to manifest $1 million to do that than it is to manifest $200 for that bill that you've got to pay. Because one, you can actually tap into a really good feeling to do that, and the other, it doesn't feel good at all. You feel vulnerable, yeah? You feel vulnerable. And so be aware, become aware, Scorpio, of how you feel not in control about money because you're focusing on just enough, or you're focusing on that limitation of it. It's time to expand your horizons, ask for way more money for things that are fun. It's all about your awareness. If you're aware there's lots of things that you want to do with a lot of money, focus on that, because you're going to feel less vulnerable, and that means you can manifest way better from that. What else, Scorpio, about your money? Mm. Okay, this is quite specific, so this is just going to apply to some of you. We've got surrender and time alone. This is about being independent, Scorpio. Maybe you've been relying on someone else for your money coming in. So maybe you're in a partnership, business partnership or romantic partnership, and you have been manifesting money through them. And so maybe they're financially looking after you or working with you. Maybe you've been leaning on them and believing in them more than yourself. And this is saying it's time to be independent, because you've got your own connection with the universe. You've got your own um, ability to tap into abundance. It comes directly to you from the universe. You don't need it to come through someone else. And it can be a block. Like, the universe is going to supply you with money through someone else if that's where you're at. But this is about stepping up. It's like sometimes it's time to like be independent, be by yourself, go for what it is that you want by yourself instead of trying to do it through other people. Now, I'm not talking about don't delegate anything, don't have anyone support you and help you. I'm not talking about that kind of independence. I'm talking about if you're not happy at home, you've got someone, you're in a relationship, and you think you can't break that relationship up because you've got financial ties with them, you're not going to be able to afford it yourself. This is saying, like, give that up and have that time alone, be independent, do things for yourself. Because when you get rid of like bad feeling partnerships that you're keeping around just for the money, when you break those up, you'll start receiving a hell of a lot more from the universe yourself. So as I said, this is just for some of you, Scorpios, not for all of you. More about your money, Scorpio? Yeah, this is about the same thing. And so maybe it's the other way around, Scorpio. Maybe it's you that's looking after someone else financially, and you've got to give that up. it's like having children, right? You look after them when they're younger, and hopefully you teach them how to be an independent adult so that they can look after themselves. And then you set them on their way out into the world, and they start doing it for themselves. You don't feel guilty that you're not taking care of them anymore. And same, if you've been looking after someone else in a romantic relationship financially, it's time to set them free so that they can be an adult and look after themselves. So yeah, that's the flip side. So maybe it's your partner that needs to have that independence so that they can do it. Like if you're looking after someone financially, they're never going to do their own thing. They're not going to get a job. They're not going to follow their life path. They're not going to find out their talents and abilities. They're not going to develop themselves. They're not going to live. They're not going to live. And so release guilt if you want to break free. Release guilt if you have broken free as well. If you've broken free of taking care of someone financially, release the guilt of that too. So you can set yourself free. Manifest more money for yourself, Scorpio. Remember, we've all got our own connection with abundance. We've all got our own connection with the universe. We don't need to be sourced for anyone else, and nobody else needs to be sourced for us. Of course, we need to let that financial abundance in from other people, from many different sources. Yeah, it can come from many different sources. People are part of that. But when we link it with one person, that's when we get into trouble. When we want to rely on one person, or we think that we're the source for another person, that's when it gets disempowering for both involved, and the universe has to step a foot in and break things up. And so, if that's what's happening for you, Scorpio, be okay about that, because it's actually an empowering change that's coming through. So, important message for some of you Scorpios that are going through that. If you like this reading, please click like and subscribe to my channel. And if you'd like a private reading with me, then there should be a link popping up about now. They're 3 pages long. I get them out within 24 hours of ordering. You can see that you can choose what you want the reading about, whether it's love, money, career, whatever it is, when you book that. You can also choose some upgrades as well if you want to pay. If you want to like double it or something and pay a little bit less than double. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see my other reading videos, then there should be a playlist popping up as well, so you can easily find all of Scorpio's readings. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, Scorpio. Bye.